So as you're hopping on, let me know if you have any questions about this promo. It's the first thing I wanted to go over, and then we're going to talk about building our teams. So welcome to you guys that are here. Any questions at all? Promo, not promo, drop it in the chat. I want to talk about it just because they just launched that today. So I want to break it down a little bit as best I can for you. I absolutely love when they drop the $25 credit promo. Like, I just love it because it appeals to everybody, because you can either take that $25 off the whole order for a brand new customer, or, grab those credits for a new promoter. No, you cannot use those credits on a promoter pack, but they can like tuck them away, and then they can give them down to maybe their or two. Mute as you're coming in. But the finale promo, what it is it's anybody that is a brand new customer or brand new promoter as of today through the end of the month. So we always do our promos through Eastern Standard Time. So this is today through January 31st at like midnight, 11:59 technically. But it's any brand new customer, brand new promoter. The account has to be created today through the 31st. It cannot be a customer that's just in your back office that's never ordered. That doesn't count. But if they create the account today through the 31st, automatically is going to come loaded with $25 in credits. And so that is actually going to brand new customers and brand new promoters, like we said. The beautiful part about that is you get to play with it from now to the 31st. And this is the end of the month. What a great time frame for them to throw these $25 credits at us. Get creative with it. I know I was talking to Kelly earlier about how to get like fresh ideas, fresh content, and how to talk about a promo. I believe if you take that promo and you look at it and you break it down, you can come up with like 5 days worth of content out of it. You can maybe on your stories, you can break down like, what are some of your favorite products? Like, what products do you love? I love Rest. What are some of your favorite plus line products? Drop it in the chat. You can utilize that on your stories. You can post about it on your feed. Maybe you want to get away from the 3 steps for a day and you say, I love this plus line product, here's why, and you can get it $25 off for brand new customers today, right? So you don't have to say necessarily, like, if you want, you can say your credits coming preloaded your account's coming preloaded with credits, or you can make it personal and you can say, I'm loading $25 in credits to your account, right? And so it appeals to them a little bit more because it feels like you're giving them something, right? And you are, because the company just blessed you with it. So utilize it how you want. Like I said, you can kind of do like a breakdown in your stories, maybe, of like different products that you like. Maybe it is your 3 steps. You can talk about the capsules and how they can get $25 off. You can talk about the whole 3 steps and how they can get $25 off. If you have credits that you have not utilized and you want to leverage that, you can add these to your $25. So like in my stories today, I posted how I've got, for 4 people, I'm going to be doing another $25 in credits. So I'm going to match that. And so for 4 people, I put like $50 off, right? Just to see like who does it actually appeal to? Who's actually been watching me long enough that maybe they actually do need that discount, right? Maybe they've been curious, but they're waiting on something like this. So, don't be afraid to play around with it. Like I said, you can do it one by one for each product, or you can do it as a whole. Something else to get creative with is Valentine's Day coming around the corner, right? And you do not have to wait until February, I'll tell you this, to start posting about Valentine's Day. You can see it in Walmart, you can see it in CVS. All these stores have their Valentine's Day stuff up, right? There's no reason why you can't go ahead and post. Like, maybe you've got Valentine's mini experiences. Maybe you want to do, Kelly and I were talking about this earlier at Valentine's Day. I love to do couples packs. I love the men's capsules. I'm a sucker for them. I've always got like men's capsules in my pantry, but I also order the women's because I know that that's what I trial out. So you could do like a mini experience, like maybe a 3-day men's or a 3-day women's. Maybe you want to use your credits and buy some of the sample mail outs in your back office. On there, whenever they message you and they want one, you click if it's men's or women's, and you could mail it to them that way if you don't have any men's capsules in your pantry. I understand that that's a little bit unique and not everybody does, but it's a great way to kind of open up the conversation that, hey, like my product isn't always just about women. Do I tailor my content towards women? Absolutely. But Valentine's Day is a great time frame. Maybe you could get creative and say like your next customer or your next two customers, they're going to get $25 off their month supply, and you're going to mail them a 3-day mini for their man, right? Like you could get so creative with this in so many different ways. You could do, when's the last time you've done a giveaway on your page? Maybe you could do like a couples pack giveaway. One year I don't remember what I called it, but it was basically it was a couples mini experience. And I said, you know, I put a picture of me and Sean on there, and I was like, all you have to do to be entered is drop a picture of you and your significant other. It doesn't matter if it's spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Drop a picture in the comments, right, to be entered into the giveaway. You could give them like bonus entries if they tag a friend. You could give them an additional bonus entry if their friend plays along in the giveaway, right? So like get creative and have fun with it. You don't have to come out every time that there's a promo and like give all the details in your first day of the promo being launched, and then feel like you have nothing to talk about the other days, right? So open up your heart, open up your mind to getting creative with it a little bit. If you guys have any other ideas, I more than welcome them in the chat. Hold on, I'm not even looking at the chat. Hi Sue. I'm more than welcome open up that chat if you guys have ideas. Maybe you guys want to do like you could do little slides like input in the team page, and it broke down like what does their actual discount look like if they applied that $25 credit to a single product or to the whole product. Just keep in mind that the credits do expire on the 31st. And for promoters, you will never be able to use credits on a promoter pack, but you could still talk about it in your stories. And you could say, my brand new promoters are getting $50 in credits. How are they getting $50 in credits, Amber? It's a $25 credit promo. Remember, you have your compliance questions in your back office. Utilize the resources that the company gives you to be able to bless somebody else. So you can literally tell your people on your stories, like, I am blessing my new promoters with $50 in credits through the end of the month, right? You can talk about it that way because they're going to do their compliance questions. They're going to get their $25 in credits to use through the end of the month. They may have been watching and they've got like 4 best friends that would love to order from them, right? They would be able to bless those friends with those credits. So this is a great time also to reach out to any potentials that you have. And when you have any promos that come up, I don't want you guys to you can't let your foot off the gas at all in this business. There is no like slow season in this business. I don't care if it's just like the end of the year and it's Christmas or whatever. Christmas is one day, Thanksgiving is one day. We should have not put our foot off the gas, because when promos launch like this, you've got to be able to catch the ball when the company throws it to you. And it's not the day of the promo through the end of the promo where the promo is earned. Where the promo is actually earned, the bonus is earned, is in those months leading up to it. Have you been in the DMs? Have you had those conversations with people? Do you have people on your potential list that you can reach out that maybe have been hesitant, and you can say, girl, you're getting $25 in credits. Are you ready? Right? You have these bold conversations with people. First thing I want to talk about. The second thing is the first order bonus. And if I'm reading this right, I wrote this down. It's new January promoters. So any promoter that signed up in January and they haven't had a first time order go through. So maybe they signed up and they ordered their pack and they've just kind of been sitting and they've just kind of been sitting pretty, right? They are working on getting confident in their post. They're working on the consistency of the business, right? If they have a first time order that orders today through the end of the month, they're going to get a 50% bonus of that order. And when I was reading the fine print, the only thing I don't know is I have no idea like what that looks like if they use credits. Okay. If that customer ends up using credits, if you guys know, Sue, if you know, I'm not sure, but the fine print didn't say anything about them using credit. So I would think that they can, but don't quote me. But what I did see is that first time order bonus, it has a maximum of $400. And so what that means is let's say you've got a promoter that hasn't had a customer order yet, or you've got a brand new promoter locked and loaded and she signs up tomorrow and her bestie signs up tomorrow as her customer. She has the potential to be able to earn up to $400 as that bonus. Would you send them a potential customer who reach out? You talking about giving people customers? I don't typically do that unless they're like down to the wire on their VIPs. I don't do that personally. It's a personal preference. The commission will go to them, and you've done the work honestly with the conversations. Can it be done? Yes. I just don't personally do that. But with the first time order bonus, let's say you've got a promoter that comes in tomorrow and she orders a $400 pack or $200 pack or whatever. She orders a pack and she's got her first potential, because it says on that first time order bonus, it's a customer or a promoter order. So let's say she's got somebody that comes in and they want an $800 pack. She's getting a 50% bonus off of that. So she's getting a $400 bonus. Does that make sense? If she brings in a customer that orders 100 and our prices are jacking me up, y'all, the price change, but like she would get 50% of what that customer orders. So let's say the customer orders about $200. She's going to get about $100. Or if she's got a new promoter that comes in and orders a 200 pack, she's going to get $100. So these are extra bonuses that you can talk about in your stories. You could do a live video. You can throw up a post and talk about how your brand new teammates that are ready to lock arms with you have an additional bonus on the line. You don't have to like type it all out in your post or in your content, but you could, that's some like a conversation that you can have behind the scenes with them. You could send them the promo, not before they sign up, but like if they're literally super curious, they've been watching you and you talk about, hey, I have like an additional bonus on the line for my brand new teammates. Reach out to me if you have questions, right? Like open up to me. Let's talk through your fears. I've been through every single fear. Like this is where you get connected to people, when you're like literally real in your stories, not when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Brand new bonus. Like message me if you are in. That doesn't make them feel anything. Okay. And we're going to talk about this a little bit tonight, but get bold. Get bold in your stories, get bold in your posts. Okay. You don't have to spill all the beans, but in your conversations with them, you're going to have to step it up a little bit. Okay. We're going to talk about that in a second. The third thing is, a social video challenge, $250 giveaway that the company's doing, just like willy-nilly, no big deal, $250. Like, here you go. It's a giveaway. If you enter, the way that you enter is you do a live video. You do a video on Instagram, you do a video on Facebook, wherever you want it to be. And you share your story, why you're here, why it matters, what the products have done for you, but you have to use hashtag #MyThriveStory in it. Don't put it in the comments, because I'm not sure if that will link it to them and they'll see it. Like actually put it in the caption of your live video when you're going to post it. I don't like after the fact, if you go to the comments, I don't know if they're going to see that, but it says on there, do as many as you want. You could literally do one every single day and get all those entries, increase your odds. So there's no reason why we shouldn't all be doing that either. What I post or what I titled this is get ready to build, right? Or who's ready to build their business? You better be, girl. It's already the end of January. Okay. So I was thinking back to the beginning of my business, and I'm very honest. I'm very open with you guys that like, it took me some time. Okay. Some people just grow a little bit slower and they like eat crow. Okay. But anyways, the difference between a brand promoter, if I'm thinking back to my experience, the difference between a brand promoter and a 4K is mindset. Is, do you actually believe that you're capable of getting your tracker from wherever you've seen your tracker average out? Do you believe that you can get it to 4K? And are you open up to the idea that it's not all about you? Are you open up to the idea that it's not all about you? Because if your tracker has been around like the $1,000 mark, like congrats, you're doing a great job. But to be able to get to 4K, you're not just going to be able to sign buku customers. You have to bring people with you. You are going to have to open up to the idea that you are a leader, that you can teach somebody else how to go VIP 800. Okay. I know a lot of you guys like butt cheeks clench right there whenever I'm saying that, but you have to understand that you are smart, you are resourceful, and you have everything you need to be able to lead somebody else because you've led yourself to this point. It doesn't matter if you've been here a week. It doesn't matter if you've been here 6 months. It doesn't matter if you've been here 3.5 years, just like me. You are resourceful. You've taught yourself something on that team page. You've gone to YouTube. You've gone to Google to research the things that you need to. And I guarantee you, there's a sideline sister. If your upline is not here anymore, there is a sideline sister that is willing to help you answer your questions. There are team chats. There are so many things available to you. So you got to get out of your own way. Just like whenever you started your business and it was scary to go live and it was scary to post and you were worried about what other people were going to think about you, you have to understand that everybody else that joins you, 98% of them are going to have the exact same fears that you did. So you have to now take on that confidence to say, I can now help somebody else with it because I've overcome it. Like I have pushed it to the side. I'm over that. I'm not in that chapter anymore. I have moved forward, right? I put my big girl panties on and I am moving forward because I'm not going to sit as a brand promoter anymore. That is the difference between a brand promoter and a 4K leader. You become that 4K leader in your conversations. You become that 4K leader in your face-to-face on your stories. Right? You become that 4K leader in your consistency. If you've got your consistency down pat and you're posting every single day, maybe you're like venturing out and you're doing the reels, you've done some live videos, you have been growing that confidence all along, right? But now it's time for you to portray that onto somebody else. It's time for you to plant those seeds in somebody else. Because if you are showing up in your stories and you cannot get over yourself enough to actually talk to her, to actually speak over the fears that you had in this business when you first started, or to be bold about where you were and where you're going, right? If you can't even do that and you're just putting up boomerangs and you're not sharing like why you take this product and why this matters, how the heck have you been so consistent with taking your product every single day? Like pour that out to her on your stories, on your posts, on your social media. That is our job. And if you can't do that, then you by default are planting seeds of limitation for her because she now sees your surface level of your boomerangs and not really talking about why you take the products or why you even join the business. Listen, there are some people that are quote unquote, like big leaders in different companies that are on my social media. And I've never once heard them talk about why they do the business they do. Huge red flag. Like I'm literally sitting there waiting over here with my popcorn. I'm like, when's this girl gonna actually talk about why she's here? Right? Versus just trying to like, I don't know, like pretend like you're somebody not in your bio. Like these people try to say like, I'm top 1% leader. Girl, you're not top 1% leader if you don't even utilize your stories, right? Do not let that be you. Okay. You have to step into that next version. I know that we say that all the time, but you have to live it. You have to breathe it. You have to understand that every single day you wake up, somebody else's eyes are on you because she needs you to show up. She needs you to explain why you're here on your stories, in your live videos, on your posts. Share your kids, share your family, share that you're having a hard day, whatever it is. Don't be just product, just business, right? Maybe you can speak a little life into her. Maybe you're doing some self-development and you're like, oh my God, I learned this today. And I just want to like pour this into you real quick. Go have a great day, like right on your stories or something like that. It cannot be just boomerang of your capsules. I have 3-day minis available, and then you disappear until the next day and you're boomeranging your capsules again. If you're living like that, I need you to understand, like, we got to wake up. We got to move different. If you're not consistent in your posting, maybe you've been posting, but it's like 3 days at a time. Like maybe you post, and then it's like 4 days and you've gone missing. You have to understand you are breaking their trust. You're breaking their trust, and you're actually subconsciously, you're breaking your own trust, and you're knocking down your self-belief, and you're less likely to show up the next day because you're doing it. Okay. You're more likely to quit on yourself and quit on your business. If you have not yet reached 4K yet, that is the mindset that you have to get in. Who can I help? And believe that you actually can. I don't care if you reach out to me and you ask me 100 questions and maybe you're not my downline. Ask me your questions, right? Because here's the thing, and this is what I tell you guys all the time, is you have to open up yourself to leadership challenges and leadership growth. This is why I say not only self-development every single day, but what are you doing for leadership development? Are you reading a book? Do you have a leadership podcast? Like specifically leadership? Are you getting bold in conversation? Does somebody else reach out to you? And it doesn't matter if they're your downline or not. If they're asking you questions, this is going to happen as you grow in this business. People are going to start asking you questions. You need to be humble enough to say, you know what, like, I'm going to help this girl out. Like, I am going to answer her questions because guess what? It helps her, but it also helps me. It helps me in those bold conversations. It helps me grow as a leader and learn, what do I say when somebody's having a problem with X, Y, or Z, right? Instead of somebody asking me a question and then I immediately go to one of the top leaders and I say, what do you say if somebody says this? Or what do you say if a customer does this? Or I have a promoter who's doing this, like, what would you do? Be resourceful inside, like that inner shit, like to figure it out on your own. Be resourceful enough to understand that you got it. And if it's a question that you don't actually know, and it's like a logistic question, like you don't know, I don't know. Sometimes they ask like questions about Klarna or whatever stuff like that. Literally, you can't just make that up on the inside. But those are okay questions to ask somebody else. But if somebody comes to you with a question, be humble enough to try to figure it out on your own first. Okay. If I told you I had, and I know a lot of you might not know about the waiting room, but if I told you I had $3,000 in my waiting room right now and I was going to bump it under you and you were going to pop to 4K tomorrow, I want you to close your eyes for a second and I want you to ask yourself honestly, how would that make you feel? If you woke up tomorrow and you knew that like from this point, you've been getting about $1,000 in volume and Amber just popped $3,000 in volume under you and you're a 4K leader tomorrow. If that makes you excited, if that makes you happy, then mindset is not where it needs to be a 4K leader.
It's not true.
Waiting on somebody to give something to you. And the fact that you were gifted that $3,000 in volume versus you working your ass off to get that $3,000 in volume is a totally different feeling. Okay. You cannot expect placement. You cannot expect that somebody is just going to gift you the knowledge and gift you the experience that you're not willing to show up on live video and fumble through it yourself and fumble through those conversations and get bold and actually voice memo people and do the reels, even if they're uncomfortable and you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Where, just like Katie was say, it says all the time, like this is where your character is built. This is where your next level leadership is built in those moments. And so I want you to ask yourself, like, what do your stories look like? If I went back, like, and I looked at your archive for a week, a month, is it going to be the same old thing? Or do you need some fresh inspiration? Do you need to pour into her a little bit? And if you don't feel like you can do that yet, then you are not done growing. And I love that quote. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, that Steve Harvey says, the reason why you ain't there yet is because you ain't there yet. And it's literally so humbling to know that you are in your way the whole time. When you decide, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you can honestly look at your eyeballs, the whites of your eyeballs, and you can say, it's always been me against me. That's powerful. When you realize that you're not the one doing the growth, and you can't sit here and say that it's because a promoter left, or it's because a customer left, or it's because of whatever.
Here's yours.
You can own it. If you can have the accountability with yourself to take your business to where you want it to be, then your business will get to where you want it to be. Okay. You always have to stay ahead of the drop off. It's something Courtney Glaser says all the time. Stay ahead of the drop off. It's just like Finding Nemo, right? There's going to be customers that leave. There's going to be promoters that leave. There's going to be situations where your volume drops.
Hey.
And if you let your back office, if you let your volume, your tracker dictate your mood, it's all going to be downhill from here. You have to let your mood dictate your tracker. And what that means is you let your mood, you pour into your cup every single day. You elevate your mood, you protect your peace, you put up boundaries, you start doing things where you can grow your confidence. And that dictates the actions that you take in your business, which dictates the results, therefore your tracker and the growth that your back office has in your paychecks. I hope you understand that. Let's see, the rest of this is on my phone. Sorry, hang on, let me go back to this. So these are kind of all over the place. The difference, okay, so check the quality. Okay, so we talked about the quality that you're providing to your stories. You're responsible for that. Okay, the second thing is check the quality of the people that you're adding to your network. I used to mass add people all the time because I thought it was a numbers game. And I thought, like, literally, if I added 100 people, it's much better than if I added 5 people. Completely wrong. Because what ends up happening is you end up having goose egg views on your stories, goose egg likes and comments, and people actually engaging with your content because you've just played an algorithm numbers game. And so you've added people, so it looks like that you have a big social media following or whatever, but really you don't. Because you didn't add people that actually have something in common with you. Didn't add people who you would actually want on your team. And so have the courage, okay? Because in the beginning, our ego gets in the way, okay? And we just want to, we'll literally sign up anybody, right? You'll sign up anybody that says they're ready. And then you start growing in this business and you realize like your time and your energy is more important. And you need to start focusing on people who actually want to be here, not people who are just going to sign up a $400 promoter pack and be gone next week. You don't deserve that. And I want you to think about that. Like, as you talk about protecting your energy and protecting your peace and getting toxic people out of your life, don't allow, at some point in your business, you're going to have to stop allowing people to do that. And you're going to have to start putting higher quality people in your network. And your conversations are going to start having a higher quality. Okay. And so when you're adding people to your network, okay, Kelly's going to add a different number. Harry's going to add a different number. Jocelyn's going to have a different number. We're not going to all add the same number of people to our network every single day. That's not how we grow our business. If you have a leader that's literally telling you go add 100 people, I'm sorry, sis, it's not going to happen like that. What needs to happen is you need to go onto your social media. Maybe it's Reels. Maybe you're connecting with people in there. I love adding people from Reels. Absolutely. It's my favorite place to add people from. But you get an idea of somebody's personality. You get an idea from looking at their social media. Have they been present on social media? Or is it a waste of your time to add them to your network if they haven't even posted since July of 2021? Be careful with your energy, okay? Because you're now engaging with somebody's page who hasn't posted since July of 2021. Is that really worth your effort? I'm not trying to be mean here, but you're worth a little bit more. You're worth adding people to your network. Don't be afraid to add people to your network who have a bigger following than you, who have a bigger presence on social media than you. Maybe you learn a little bit from them too. Okay. And you never really know who's truly happy in their business. Let's do that. So just always keep that in the back of your mind. add people of quality over quantity is what I want you to understand in your posting, in adding to your network,
What,
in
Louie?
what you're putting on your stories. You don't need 100
Dork.
stories a day if you've got like 10 banging, like I showed my face on my stories and I poured some heart into you today, right? Then you can go spend your energy somewhere else, right? Does that make sense? Let's see, the next thing was check the quality of your conversations. Are your conversations stale? And what that means is by default, like if you leave me to my own devices, I'm not very social. I'm not very social. Like I used to leave my conversations, like if somebody would say they're not ready, or, you know, I wouldn't ask questions to people and the conversation would just fall flat and I would let it fall flat. Right. And then I would get frustrated at why my inbox wasn't happening, why I wasn't having a lot of conversations in my inbox. It's because I wasn't allowing a lot of conversations in my inbox. Right. It's like if you say happy birthday to somebody versus saying happy birthday to somebody, what are you doing today to fill your cup? Right. What are you doing today that brings you joy? Ask them a question. Like that's literally an open conversation. Okay. Open-ended questions is one thing that we learn as nurses. Whenever we are asking questions to our patients, is we ask them open-ended questions in order to get a response. Okay. Otherwise, if I'm asking somebody a yes or no question, their brain is going to take the easy route because that's what we're used to. And they're going to give me a yes or a no question. And then I'm going to feel defeated that they simply said yes or simply said no. And you're not going to know where to go from there. Versus if you ask an open-ended question, like, what are you doing for your birthday? Are you doing anything to celebrate? Right? What are you doing to celebrate? That's an open-ended question. So they can come back to you and actually have a conversation with you. Okay. Are you actually utilizing voice memos? Are you bold enough to do that yet? It took me a while, but it's something that you have to grow into. It's something that you're just going to have to push forward. You're going to be awkward. You're going to have moments where you delete it. You're going to have to redo it. You're going to have kids that cry in the background. Your husband may fart. Like you're going to have all these scenarios where it's like, oh my God, that was terrible. Right? And then you get a little bit better. And then you realize 6 months later, like, oh, this is so much easier than typing it out, right? It's that growth. Is that intentional growth? It's that purposeful growth. Okay. Let's see. Are you chasing versus attracting? Okay. A lot of the things that we chase aren't meant for us to catch. And so this is why I'm saying, like, put that intention into your content, into your stories, put that intention behind it. What are you doing showing up in this space? What value can you provide today versus showing up and sharing a promo, right? If I show up and I put up a post that says, like, it's a little bit different in your stories because the people that watch your stories, like, watch you a lot. They come back to your stories. And so they have a much closer relationship than somebody who is seeing your posts on your feed. So let's use the example. If I put up a post that says like $25 in credits loaded for all new customers, and I'm like holding up my capsules, versus if I put up a post and I say, like, maybe I put up a picture with me and my kids and I say, I used to be the mom that fell asleep on these girls. Like, I remember the day where I didn't like myself in the mirror. And it wasn't until this where I realized that it all snowballs once you feel good on the inside, right? Which one is she going to feel? Which one is going to increase your odds of her actually reaching out to you and asking you a question? Okay, increase the quality, and realize the difference between chasing versus attracting. You're trying to attract that customer, you're attracting that teammate by the value and the content that you put out versus just $800 bonus in your first 2 weeks, like DM me when you're ready, right? There's a difference. Okay. And when you're talking about chasing something versus attracting something, okay, This is a silly example, but I'm sure that all of us are female. Yes, yes. So I'm sure all of us at some point in our life had like this guy that we were chasing, right? We had this guy that we were chasing that we knew like we had no business chasing that guy. Like we know, like, right, sis? Like, but you chase him, he took up your space in your mind and you caught yourself like thinking about him all the time. And then maybe you open up yourself to the idea of having a relationship and you realize like this is not what I thought, right? Because I was chasing it the whole time, right? Versus attracting, versus respecting myself enough, right? And holding myself to a higher caliber that I start attracting a higher caliber man, right? It's the same difference in your business, right? Versus just chasing that bad boy. Okay. The first part in that, I want you to think about like yourself and your business and your content. I want you to think about yourself as a magnet, right? How can you attract people to your magnet? Okay. The first thing you need to do is acceptance. Okay. Stop trying to be somebody else. I dare you tomorrow. Do your self-development in the morning. Take some quiet time before your kids wake up if you're a mom. And I dare you to put something on your stories about how your 3 steps make you feel. Maybe you're talking about your capsules, your shakes, your DFT, whatever, all of it. I don't care. But do that before you go look at your top leaders. Because what happens is you get into a routine of looking at your top leaders and how are they talking about the promo and how are they talking about their products, and you mimic it. And when you mimic it, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but you get reliant on that. You get reliant on mimicking somebody else because you see it working for them. So why doesn't it work for you? You're two totally different people. Okay. We don't need, I know we've said this before, we don't need another M, we don't need another Katie, we don't need another Sue. We need you. Your audience needs you, your story, your background, your voice, your reason why you're here, your reason why you take your products, totally different from mine. Okay. So acceptance in the fact that you are your own magnet and your magnet is powerful. Okay. And it will attract the right people if you got that mindset. Acceptance, stop trying to be somebody else, embrace your uniqueness. Okay, I wrote that down. That's beautiful. The second thing is keep the promises that you make to yourself. Keep showing up. Okay, it builds your confidence, and consistency builds belief in yourself. We talked about that last week a little bit. So action steps, especially if you're new, maybe you're not new. Okay, this is just kind of like, what are some action steps? If somebody was asking me, okay, what do I need to do to be building my business? What you need to do is you need to be doing a lot of videos. If you are sitting here and you're still too scared to do a live video, gone are the days where we're too scared to do a live video. Okay. Gone are the days where we're too scared to do a live video. Unpack those feelings. Why are you feeling that way? Are you scared because your husband's in the same room? Then go out to your car. Do it when you're doing groceries. Okay. I used to be that girl. I used to not do live videos when Sean was in the house. I would literally schedule them when he was at work. I wouldn't do the live videos on my porch because I was afraid that my neighbors would come outside and I would start fumbling on my words, and then I get like really sweaty, right? Do what feels good to you until you start getting a little bit more confident in doing it. But there's no reason to not be doing live video, because live video, putting your face on your stories, these are where the areas where the most trust is built, because people look at you, whether you're fumbling on your words, your kids are acting crazy, it's, you think it's a hot mess, it doesn't matter. They look at you and they're like, dang, like she's doing it. Here she is again, making that damn shake. Here she is again, talking about the dang patch. What does that patch do again? I think I'm going to ask her this time, right? It's character. Show them your character. Show them your uniqueness. Don't hide behind it. Okay. And if you get into the habit of doing your live videos, at minimum, I believe personally, we should be doing live videos every single week, at least one. Okay. Face to face on your stories. If I asked you consistently, how many times in the month of January have you shown your face on your stories? Would it be a tally, or would you be able to say, Amber, I do it every single day? right? And if you're doing it every single day, props to you. Get into the routine of showing your face every single day. Maybe it's not about your product. Maybe it's about something that you're going through. Maybe it's about something else that you bought. Maybe it's about debt. Maybe it's about the business. Maybe it's about, I don't know, anything. What you cooking? Like, right? Show your face on your stories, share your day on your stories. The days for me, like when it's super busy and I'm at work and I can't pick up my phone, those are great times for me to put up some slides like before and afters or opportunity story. But what I have grown to love more than opportunity stories, and this is just me, but I love getting face to face on my stories and just saying like 4 little slides of like why the business is important and where I used to be, right? Boomerangs, right? Like you can make it short and concise and still grab their attention versus having like a 8 slide opportunity story. But opportunity stories do help whenever it's a busy day. So I mean, they are good to have in your repertoire. Okay, in your back pocket. Daily posts. We should be posting every single day. Bottom line. I don't care if you're posting about the business, the product, life. You're there to inspire somebody, sharing something that's unique to you. You should be posting every single day. If you're not, you got to get into the habit of it because you're breaking trust with them and with yourself. Daily growth. Are you committed to your daily growth? If I asked you what you did for self-development today, would you be able to tell me what you did? If not, that's on you. And you have to understand we have to take accountability for our business, for where we are. It's the same thing as if I wanted to go lose 10 pounds and I didn't have enough in me to actually do it. And I said, like, y'all know how I feel about accountability partners. But like, if I felt like I needed somebody to yell at me to do it, if I needed somebody to call me and make sure that I was awake, right? You don't need an accountability partner. Okay, I was at the gym this morning and this girl had hired a personal trainer. There were 2 people. This is going to lead me into your team. But there were 2 people that were training her, I guess, and she was doing a great job. Like props to her for actually like reaching out for help. But I looked at those 2 trainers and I was just like, ew, like disgusting. They literally had their arms crossed and they were like telling her what to do. And I was like, no, like this is not how we operate, right? I immediately started thinking about my team. I was like, I refuse to ever be that leader who is the person who's there for accountability. I'm not there for accountability. I'm not going to set your alarm clock. I'm not going to tie your shoes in the morning. But I am responsible to my team, not for my team. I'm responsible to my team. And as you grow in this, you rank up, right? You become your next level leader. You're going to realize there's even more growth after that. And then you start getting into your team and you start thinking to yourself, what kind of leader do you want to be for those people that have locked arms with you? I like to look at myself as I'm not the coach. I'm the captain. Anybody ever play sports? I used to play sports in high school and college, and we're gonna wrap this up here shortly. But I used to have the coaches that would like just bark orders, right? And they tell you to go run an 8-minute mile, right? How much respect did I have for that person versus the respect that I had for the captain who was cheering me on and actually doing the work with me, right? Literally leading the team, literally at the head of the pack, running that 8-minute mile with me. And if I was behind, she came back behind with me and said, let's go, right? That is the type of leader that you need to be for your team. You're not responsible for your team. You're not responsible to make sure that everybody shows up. You're not responsible to check their stories or check their posts or like when you're in your VIP period, I understand checking in a little bit more, but like, I'm not here to drag you every day. I'm not here to remind you that you signed up for a business. And that's going to happen. And you have to understand that that has no reflection on you as a leader. If somebody signs up, maybe they buy a 400 pack, maybe they're preaching to you and they're like, this product is amazing. It's life changing, this business. I need this. I need that. I'm so motivated, blah, blah, blah. And you talk to them about putting up a curiosity post and they're just like crickets, right? I am not responsible for my team. I'm responsible to my team. I'm responsible to my team in the way that I show up for my business, in the way that I'm on my stories and I'm doing my self-development, I'm doing the live videos, and I'm doing the things that I need to do to be that magnet for other people so that they can then look at their leader and say, okay, these are the steps that we need to take, right? Not everybody's going to do that. And that's no reflection on you as a leader. Period. You're responsible to your team for the positivity that you have in your chat, the positivity that you have in your conversations, the lack of, what's the word? The fact that you're not allowing negativity in your chat and you're not allowing negativity to come to you and break your mindset. The fact that you are unshakable, the fact that you cannot be persuaded that there's a different business, there's a different product that's better than yours. You are responsible to your team for that unshakable confidence. And that's something that you got to build every single day. Nobody's going to build it for you. You're also responsible to your team to give them grace. Okay. As much as we say, like, I'm not going to waste my energy or waste my time with somebody who doesn't want to show up. I get that. But some people, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And some people are very scared. And sometimes you just need to be that friend. You need to bump back down and say, listen, I understand you're scared. I understand I had these fears. I was worried about this too. Whenever I started, this is what I've found since I've been here. And if you would just open up, like, it's these conversations, these bold conversations that you have to have, but also giving people grace that not everybody learns as fast as you. Not everybody's a go-getter. Not everybody is willing to research everything. And it's just the way it is. But you have to give people grace where grace is due. Let's see. The last thing I'm going to leave you with is to go, as we're closing out this month and we're going into February, I want you to ask yourself these three things every single day. And I want you to write down, if you have a piece of paper, you're putting your best foot forward. And I want you to ask yourself, like, put B, 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 like 3 big B's. Okay. 3 big B's. You'll remember this because it sounds stupid at first, but you're putting your best foot forward. But I want you to ask yourself at the end of every single day, before you lay your head on your pillow, did I take care of my brain? Did I take care of my body? Right? And did I take care of my business? And what that means is, did I grow myself? Did I stretch myself in conversations? Was I bold? Did I show my face on my stories? Did I challenge myself? Did I read something? Did I listen to a podcast? Did I take care of my brain? Did I not allow toxicity? Did I put up boundaries? Y'all know I hate the break room at work, right? This is why I step away, because I have to protect my peace. I have to protect my energy, because my energy is what flows into the actions that I put forth in my business, and that dictates my results. And I refuse to have it any other way. Okay. So did I take care of my brain? That's the first B. Did I take care of my body? We are in health and wellness. Let's not get confused that our body is our business and is our responsibility as we're sharing a nutritional product with people. No, you don't have to be cut. No, you don't have to go to the gym every day. No, you don't have to be a stick. You can be whatever you want to be, but you need to be the healthiest version of yourself in whatever chapter you're in, right? Are you drinking your water? Are you moving your body? And I'm not telling you to go exercise necessarily, but our body is our business. Absolutely, Sue. My body is my business. I had that on my IPAs for the longest time. My body is my business. And it was my reminder not to eat the Cheetos at 10 o'clock at night. It was my reminder to drink my water. It was my reminder to stretch, to move my body, to pay attention to what I was doing to it, because if not, there's incongruency and there's like you're not aligned. Okay. And when you're out of alignment, we all know how that feels. Okay. But if you are are putting this high vibe, high positivity into your content, and then behind closed doors, you're eating Cheetos and you're not treating your body right and you're not exercising, that is a lack in your integrity. And that eventually will show in your business. So you must take care of your body. You must take care of your brain. And the last thing is you must take care of your business. So did I take care of my business? Did I do the things that I said I was going to do? Did I do the lives? Did I show my face on my stories? Did I grow? Did I have conversations, right? When you look at, this is something that I have been striving to do, but when you go to your screen time, if you click your screen time and then you click see all activity, it'll tell you how much time you spent on social media, how much time entertainment. But like if you scroll down, you can see how much time you spent on Instagram versus Facebook. So you can see if you're inconsistent there and you need to kind of like even it out a little bit. But you can also see, if you see show more, you can see your messenger. And my challenge to myself mentally to be able to say I'm taking care of my business is to be very intentional. That is my word for January. Am I intentional with the work that I do? And I'm not scrolling. And so for that, what that looks like for me to challenge myself is that my messenger and the time that I'm spending in my chats is more than the time I'm spending on social media. And it may not be like a numbers thing, but like when you put your head on the pillow at the end of the day, can you say you scrolled more today? Or can you say I had a lot of conversations today? Because that's where your potentials grows. That's where your customer base grows. That's where the people start talking to you about this business because you've already put forward that quality content. You've shown up on your stories, like, right? Quality over quantity. I'm putting out some good information today. And then I'm going to go focus on building those friendships with people and getting to know them and asking them open-ended questions. Ask people more questions, get to know them. People don't really care about us. Okay. They don't really care about you. They want to talk about them. And it's just like humble yourself, eat the humble pie for a second to just say like, I'm going to focus on them first. I'm not going to let my ego get in the way. I'm not going to let my insecurities get in the way or feeling like I need this bonus or I need this customer, I need these product credits or whatever. I'm going to focus on what they need today. Okay. I hope this was super helpful for you guys. Let's see. I know, you know what? I spent a lot of time looking at other people, not clapping for other people, wondering why people were further than me. And I also had to take a look at myself at some point and say, you know what, like Amber, once you put your story up for the day, why are you going back to watch yourself? Why are you going back to listen to your live video? Why are you watching your reel again for the 15th time? You're wasting time. This is time you could be spending getting to know somebody else. And it's just, I think it's our ego that wants that validation, that wants to know like how many likes and how many comments and how many views on this reel because this one did really good. And then, oh, this one's only got like 40 views. Like what? Right. And then you start worrying, is it the algorithm? Maybe I posted it at the wrong time. And then you're Googling what's the best time to post on social media. You could be getting to know people. Okay. Push the ego out of the way. You cannot take it. Right? Was it Jesse Lee says your ego is not your amigo? Do not take that bitch into February. I'm sorry for cussing, but like, do not take that bitch into February. Okay. Let the ego go. Stop worrying about what other people think about you. You stay in your own lane and you realize, hey, I'm so much better than I was in January, right? Take that energy into February. Okay. I love you guys and I will see you later. Bye.